Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, it's Soulfax here, and you're watching me attempt to play Starcraft 2, and this is, if I'm correct, the 5th episode of Road to Pro, a series in which I play Starcraft 2, and I try to get better at it from episode to episode. Well, let's start this match by telling you what a map this actually is. It's Entombed Valley, and I'm playing a ladder game against a person that is in my ladder. I am currently in the Bronze League. Yes, I'm in the Bronze League. And my opponent is in the right-hand side corner, playing in the red trunks, playing Protoss. His name is Krysko, but we're gonna call him Kryko because Krysko is really hard to pronounce when you're trying to pronounce everything very, very fast. Now, this spawning position on this map is very nice for me because I was really hoping for him to spawn right next to me. A, because I can get in his base very quickly without him pulling up a gateway and denying me with a zealot. B, I can see what he's doing very easily with a Banshee or with a medevac. I can just send around here to hover and then just go back. But yeah, we're going to talk about that just a little bit later. I'm going for my specific build, which is very, very standard. 9 supply depot, 12 barracks, and then just whatever happens in the game, I try to adjust with that. He actually thought that I'm all the way up there, so if I'm correct, he was a little bit late with scouting. He sent his probe very, very, very early, and as you will see, something will happen in front of my base. I don't want to spoil it, but okay, I will spoil it. I actually denied scouting, which is very good, because I was going for a specific build, because I sent this little guy over to scout and I saw some stuff that made me go with that specific build. And look at this, he's going all the way up there, so he's gonna go down there. It's gonna be a really long walk for that little pro. While on the other hand, I'm just going here. Excuse me there. Now, I went into his base and I was very puzzled because the metagame for Protoss against Terran is go with a fast expand, mostly a forge expand. So a forge down here, pylon down here, and then just expand over here. But he didn't do it for some reason. He was checking off something, and I was like, what the hell is happening? I saw that gateway going down, I saw that he has gas here, so I was like, well, I'll just go back. There's no reason for me to stay, because apparently he's not gonna take an early expansion, which means that he may be planning on some sort of all-in with one base. So I was very puzzled here, actually. And here goes the supply depot while the probe is on the way, so he won't be able to get in. And there's even a marine in the working, so he will get gunned down if he doesn't move his ass out of the way. And this is where my build kind of gets lacking, because you see I'm at 250 minerals and I'm not doing anything actually. I'm not building a second barracks, nor am I saving up to expand, or maybe I am saving up to expand. We will see in just a second. But that is a big problem with me because I totally forget about what I'm supposed to do. I think I will actually expand here as soon as I get 400 minerals. Yes, there is the expand going down. I was actually thinking for a barracks and then a second barracks and then expand, but things didn't go out as planned. Now what is he doing in the meantime? He's building a cybernetics core to make warp gates, but he's still on one gate, so yeah, he's obviously not going for some kind of all-in with one base because he's not building a lot of gateways. And the second pylon goes down because of course he needs that supply. He's very low on probes, if I'm correct. No, he's got a nice saturation of probes. Here, let us see. Yeah, nice saturation of probes. 16 on the mineral line and 3 in the... Oop, there. Like that. 2. Only 2. Oh, is that 3? It doesn't matter. Let's say 3 in the assimilator. Yeah, 3. Now, on the other hand, I am going for an expansion here, and he scouted that expansion, so he was like, yeah, he's not going for any sort of early push. And in the meantime, I built a tech lab on this supply depot. On this supply depot? No, on this barracks, and I was going for stim because that's what I like to do. I like to time my refinery there right when I'm building up my barracks, so I can go for stim as soon as I'm finished building my tech lab, and that usually works out very good. And I was going for a standard thing against Protoss these days. I was checked up on the metagame against Protoss. Marine Marauder Medevacs is actually a good mix against Protoss, and in the meantime I'm always building SCVs. I want to have a good saturation on my mineral line here, my home mineral base. Let's see how many SCVs I have here. That is a nice saturation, even though it could be a little bit more, and that's not counting these 4 in the refineries. I actually went only for 2 in each refinery because I don't need so much gas when I'm working with this this unit composer, because the only thing you need to spend gas actually are the medevacs and the Marauders, but Marauders don't have to be so many because they're very, very strong. In the meantime, I'm trying to saturate this base, getting a nice number of SCVs down there. This is waypointed down there also, so I'm trying to saturate it as best as I can, because this mineral line is obviously saturated, which is nice. I love having my main mineral line 100% saturated, and he's his observer to check out what I'm doing. And in the meantime, he expanded onto his natural base just a little bit later than I did, and as you can see, I'm moving out to see what I can do. There's 4 Marines and 2 Marauders. They have 0-0, but I was going for that stim timing up there to see what he's doing, because I didn't send a next extra probe to scout out, because that first scout didn't give me any information whatsoever. So I just went in with this guy. That's not a big loss for me. I'm building more units in the background like I always try to do. So let's see what we find. As I was going in there, I was very, very concerned about this nexus here. For some reason, I didn't want it there, but I noticed that it doesn't have a lot of probes, so that's a very late expansion. So I was thinking about what is he doing in the background. And now he sent some reinforcements to get me, and here I little mess up on the micro with that Marauder. It gets taken out very easily. And then if I didn't just mess it all up here, and if I really just backed off here, I would have been able to escape with these units. I stim, I try to take down this nexus here, I do a little bit of damage, I back off again, and then I stim and kill one of my units, which is very stupid from me. And then by this time I saw that those units are very, very low health, and I decided to sacrifice them here. In the meantime, he's just being a prick and seeing everything I do. And I was again, in the meantime, I was building more units here, and then I said, why not expand to the 3rd expansion, because I knew that he doesn't have a 3rd expansion, because this expansion was very late and he didn't have enough probes on it. In the meantime, I have a nice number of SCVs here. That is 12 SCVs here on the against a normal 16. And in the meantime, I'm still building SCVs here. As you can see, there's 5 more, so that's gonna be nicely saturated here. And I decided to take this 3rd base. I think this is a nice timing for this 3rd base, because I have a nice army. I have a bunker going down here, so I can defend myself. I have 3 barracks here, 4th one on the way, and a factory on the way, so I can jump into medevac immediately. But while I was fighting that fight, I banked up a lot of minerals, which was bad because I forgot about my macro altogether when I was microing that little fight there. I even mismicroed everything, so that gives you a new look in how bad my macro actually is. In the meantime, he's also building a little army, a few stalkers here, a few zealots there. He can't do really much because he's still on 3 gate, which is very stupid. I mean, 3 gate? What? And he is building stuff, but that was only pylons, and there comes the cybernetics. Oh, excuse me, the robotics factory. The cybernetics core is here, and that's the robotic facility here. And he's building immortals. Immortals are good against Marauders and Marines, but if he actually pushed out an early Colossus, that would be better. But well, that's his decision. And what is he doing in the meantime? Absolutely nothing. He's got a robotics base down, but yeah, we're not gonna worry about that at the moment. So this base should be over in very, very early here. What is that? Oh, that is the I was very confused. Why is that there? And then I noticed this observer here. And in the meantime, everything is finished. I don't know why I put that tech lab over there, because in this match I never ever used this factory. And again, this starport is complete. Putting down the 2nd starport. 1-1 should be on the way right about now, if I remember correctly. Yes, 1-1 is on the way. So I was waiting to get some more units down there and work on my 1-1 timing. In the meantime, I have 4 barracks here. 3 of them have tech labs, which is a nice mix, because I can make 3 Marauders at a time and 2 Marines at a time. That is not such a bad thing, even though I decided to make some Marines from this one, I believe. No, this one. Yes, this one. So let's see what happens. He doesn't have a big army here. Has just a few units of immortal here and a colossi, but they all have 0-0-0. If you notice that, he didn't build a forge. He didn't build a forge at all. And in the meantime, I have 1-1 on the way, and I have stim, and I think combat shield is on the way. A combat shield and this, what is it called? Concussive shells is also on the way. I have a better economy than he has actually. I have a nice economy here. I have 4 gases. Totally mind that. 3 in each, that is 4 in that one. I think I misclicked that, but I have a nice amount of gas. But the thing that always gets me is I make buildings and then I accidentally, like a stupid person I am, forget to return those SCVs back to their respective mineral lines. Now, I'm trying to saturate this third base, and I actually pulled units from here because I noticed that this is almost mined out. Everything of that is almost mined out, so I decided to just try and mine everything here. Now, what is my opponent doing? He's trying to saturate this base, and he's building a nice force here. But again, those units have OO, so that is a very bad thing for him. And here we'll have a little bit of clash here, and those units are gonna go down easily with target fire. I think I take only one hit from that Colossus there, and I accidentally load up some units here, and when I saw that I was like, can I make it drop? No, there are only 2 medevacs here, and I don't want to lose all of those units. But as you can see here, he warped in 5 more stalkers here and put those Colossus 2 in a nice position on the high ground, so you can do a lot of damage. And here I just try to take some units out, but now his Colossus come into play. They're just wrecking my Marines. That is a bad thing, and just here I pulled back and I was like, what was I thinking back then? What the hell was I thinking? I went back in there to do some more damage. That was so stupid from me. I wanted to take a few of those Colossus down, but I knew I couldn't do a lot here. And here I lose all of my forces, like literally all of my forces. The only thing that survives is 1 little Marine and 1 medevac with 1 Marine and a Marauder in it. So that's 2 Marines and a Marauder. That's all that survives. And in the meantime, I'm still building units. That is the prime example of how you should play. When you're attacking, you should either be expanding or making more units or making more production facilities, like I did here. I built this while I was attacking. What is that? That is an SCV, yeah. But I'm still very low count of barracks, so I throw down another barrack here. So I have 6 barracks on the way, 2 working starports that are producing Vikings and medevacs at the moment. So that is a nice thing, making 4 Vikings, which will be able to take care of those 2 Colossus, at the moment 3 Colossus, with ease if I throw in some more units to sacrifice them. Now in the meantime, he'll build a War Prism, and he's wrecking this little mineral line here. This was really a misclick from me. I forgot that I need to control click and move them out of the way. I was trying to move this army in before I tried to misclick, and then I pulled this one up. That is a nice decision for me. I actually was surprised that I was able to do this without losing this command center, because as you know, my macro is very bad. Oh, I didn't even notice this when I was playing. Well, they probably didn't do a lot of damage because there's a lot of stuff in here. While I was saying that medevac almost went down. He's at very low health. But I like this composition. There's 5 medevacs here for not a lot of units, actually. Really not a lot of units. There's even 2 more medevacs here, but what was missing were a lot more, how do I call them? A lot more Vikings. I should have built 4 more Vikings. That would take care of those Colossus completely. There's even 5 of them. That's a lot of Colossus. He's spending all of his resources in the Colossus. But as you can see, him and I, we have almost the same amount of minerals banked in. What am I producing? I'm producing 2 more Vikings. That is smart of me. But 2 more medevacs is really unnecessary because I have a lot of medevacs here. I have 5, 6, 7 medevacs here, which is a lot. And I also have a lot of Marauders. I have almost 16 Marauders, which is nice, and I have a strong number of Marines here. I should have actually went for more Marauders than Marines, and 2-2 is finished if I am correct. No, that is 1-1. Why isn't 2-2 on the way? That is another error that I did. I didn't go for 2-2 right off the bat when I completed 1-1. That is just a little bit of an issue. Also, I didn't get gases from this space, so that's another issue. And here, I decided to go for a little push because I had a nice little force here, but the problem is I had so many medevacs that I couldn't see where my forces are or what they are doing. And here, again, I make another mistake here. You see, I'm going to engage that War Prism there, and I destroy it with ease. But in the meantime, I wasn't producing so much stuff. Now 1-1 goes down. Yeah, now 1-1 goes down. Let's see what opponent has. He doesn't have a forge. There is no forge here. His units have nothing. Look at this. Nothing. That is very strange, because when you're playing Protoss, you want to have that upgrade advantage over your opponent because you can't produce so many units at one time, and he has only 6 gates, so that is very low here. And here we engage. I immediately lose one of my Vikings here due to misclick, and then I try to engage those Vikings up to those Colossi. If I'm correct, I managed to engage it, and here again he funnels me, and those Colossus just take me down. Those 5 Colossuses are very deadly here. but I think I managed to take out most of his units here. Some of the stalkers survived. Oh, a lot of those stalkers survived. That was actually a bad battle for me. Yeah, I really messed it up. And in the meantime, while this battle is going on, he expanded finally his third base up in the right hand side corner, which is stupid because it will take him so long to get other probes up there, and here he's trying to push a little bit more. He's trying to set up a contain with those units here. He's going for pylon here and assaulting my third base. Now, when I saw this, I knew I couldn't stop it, so that third base is going down whether I like it or not. But I knew I can't push him back with the amount of units I have here because he's very low on units. The only thing he has are a few stalkers, and those few stalkers are non-existent, and a few colossi here, which will be down in just a few seconds. He's down to 2 colossus, so he should really fall back, and I decided to engage with those SCVs. That is a very stupid thing, but luckily for him, he placed down this pylon here, so he have enforcement right off the bat. And he's actually microing this very, very well because he put this pylon on this marauder here and decided to try to destroy me. But look at this, I even have more reinforcements on the way. Why? Because I have a constant production here, and I try to be very constant in that. I try to make a lot of units at the same time, and here I was thinking that there's more Colossus on the way, but no! Oh, he almost takes down this Viking here. That was luckily he didn't actually do it. And look at this, that's a lot of Marauders here against so little Stalkers here, and there's even a few Medevacs in the mix. Now I'll wait for a few more units until I go and clean up this lower part of the base here, or he decides to attack me. I don't know actually what happened here. I think I forgot what happened. Now I decide to go clean it up. It's gonna be a breeze. I should have actually put a scan down here and clean this up as well, but I think I totally forgot about it. And now he tries to attack me from the rear, but he forgot how many Medevacs I actually have here. And he's gonna get annihilated because there's even more of my units here. He's misjudging my production by a severe amount, and here I accidentally make those Vikings chase after those sentries, stalkers, excuse me, they get taken down. Now here, again, another confrontation here. He has more units than I do, but I have a constant production and I'm bringing more units every second. And I'm using focus fire to take down each one of his units separately. And now that Colossus is going down, and I was going to make sure that it goes down. And here there's 4 stalkers, but when you're working against 2 stalkers with 3 Medevacs in the back helping them out, you know you can't win. He should have actually backed out at this point of time. And what is he doing in the background? He's actually this third expansion is up and running. He didn't take the gases up there. This expansion is really low on probes for some reason, and this is totally mined out from him. But he has only 6 gates, and he's only now putting down the forge. And what is he researching? He's researching something, but it doesn't say what is he researching to me. Why doesn't it say? Why? Maybe he's not researching anything? I don't know. He probably should be researching because those white lines mean that he's researching something, right? Right? No? Okay, I'm just gonna shut up. Now, I'm amassing another army here because I sensed a weakness in him. I sensed that I destroyed a lot of his units here. As you can see, I'm very correct. He has only 18 army supplies against my 59, and I'm even in the lead as SCVs go. And here I do a very stupid thing. This main base is almost mined out, second base is almost mined out, and I transferred this orbital command from there to there, all of the units down there to get some production in line. Now here I attack him again. He has very low amount of units, and with target fire I take down everything with a breeze. 2-2 coming in the way, Akash of Shells also in the way. And now this is what the thing that changed the game around, because I cancelled all of his units, and look at this, 3, 2, 1, GG, yes! My first ladder win, okay, my first actual ladder match after I got placed in the bronze, because I lost all of my matches, because I ended up playing against 2 gold players and a silver leaguer. Yes, now what did we learn from this match? He was going for a 6 gate, okay, he didn't expand, but the problem is he didn't go for any sort of upgrades. He had very low cash because he was very low mineral count because he expanded very late. His third base was extremely late. His fourth base was like immediately after his third base, so that is also bad, because he should have some space in between him to breed, to make some more armies. When you put down your third base, the smart idea with Terran and with any other race, when you have your second base up and running and when you put down your third base, you should just save up some cash, some minerals, and put down, like, if you're Terran, 4 or 5 barracks, if your Protoss 4 or 5 gateways, warp gates, whatever you want, and if you're Zerg, you should actually put down another micro hatch. So he didn't do it. He took this third base very late. That's why I beat him. And again, I had constant production. Those are 6. I repeat, 6 barracks here against only 6 gateways, and those 6 barracks can produce a lot of units when you have 2 fully saturated bases, 3 at one point, and I had 2 starports and this factory that I didn't make anything out of. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Road to Pro, and until next time guys, keep it steady and carry on.